Hello, everybody. My name is DeAndre. It's time for another beautiful edition of Talking Shit. I don't like Caltrans. No, it's not that I don't like them, but I was just tripping off of them. And I'm going to do an episode on the traffic and the repair work that's going on in our state and on the roads. That's a later episode of Talking Shit. Right now, I have none other than our great community activist and guy who's in charge of a lot of different stuff, voluntarily and occupationally. And we want to talk a little bit about what took place at this event. Take a look.
My name is Robert DeWitz. I'm one of the student coordinators for the social justice program.
My name is Kayla Arango, and I'm the other student coordinator at the Social Justice Center.
This is the second annual Social Justice Fair at El Camino College. Today is March 6th, and it is about 1:30 p.m. towards the end of the fair.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. This is Robert. Robert D is here in studio. Robert, welcome. Talking about the... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying hi.
Yeah, I never give anybody a chance to say hi. I want to talk about the Social Justice Fair. We just saw a clip from that. What went on this time? Thursday, March 6th. Tell me about it. How fun was it? I wasn't there. I missed it.
It was really fluid. The first year, obviously it was the first year, so we had some problems logistically, and we were able to solve pretty much all the logistical problems we had last year. So the entire event was very, very smooth. Also, the ratio of organizations that signed up to showed up was much higher this year. So last year we had about 75 organizations who were registered for the fair, and of those 75, only 55 showed up. And this year we had about 55 organizations register, and about 50 of those.
Wow, my goodness. Out on the library lawn, Robert D is here in studio. We're talking about the second annual Social Justice Fair that took place just this past week in the beautiful town in Los Angeles over at El Camino College. Robert is no longer a student there, but is definitely an active participant in the community and the concern of our social justice here in this community. Robert's over at the local university, but they can't get rid of him over there. We also just did another event. I know that the Social Justice Fair is different than the actual Social Justice Center, but of course they are interwoven. That day, did you guys talk about the Social Justice Center at that fair and have that open, and were people walking around in there?
We didn't have the center open because of all of our student workers were assisting with the fair.
Right, that makes sense.
And as well as the program coordinators were also out on the lawn coordinating the fair. We did have one student. It was open, but we took a few people in there, but it wasn't something that was planned out. But we did have a series of workshops on the library lawn. So in between the mini workshops or presentations, we made announcements about the center and about other things that the program is doing.
Robert D has agreed to come on at least once a month at the desk. He's going to be the front man. I won't be at the desk. I'll probably help JP with some executive producing, but Robert has agreed to come on once a month and give us some updates on the events happening in the social justice aura of things, as well as giving us free information on what will be taking place in the Social Justice Center. That facility or place is located at El Camino College. What's the address over at El Camino College? I forgot. I don't even know.
I believe it's...
We have it here on our poster board. It's
1607
Crenshaw Boulevard.
Torrance, California.
In Torrance, California.
90506.
What really gets you, what gets your juices flowing? I mean, we're trying to get a couple of your colleagues in the social justice community on the show. What was it? One staff member who's going to be possibly doing an interview with us. His name is
Israel.
Israel will be coming on. He, much like Robert, is very active in the community over there. What gets you going? What makes you so excited about? I mean, like the day I was there, we've talked about it on the show already. When during the opening ceremony of the Social Justice Center second annual social justice fair that just took place, what about the momentum, the energy of this stuff? What's going on with you internally about all this stuff?
I think that for me the most significant thing that comes to mind is just how do I articulate this? The sense of empowerment,
Right.
and like sense of community and the hope, essentially. When I was younger, I was much more cynical when it came to social justice issues, and I didn't believe that I had the capacity to have a real tangible effect on certain issues or in the community. And over the years, particularly with this project, it's helped me develop a sense of hope and optimism.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the Social Justice Fair and the program in the center helps inspire that same thing that was inspired in me.
Well, one of the things, too, that I want to say in front of the camera is that you've allowed me to expand my vision of social equality and social awareness. Even though we don't agree on a lot of social issues, just the idea of having a conversation with you and getting both sides of our friendships, people we interact with separately, getting this conversation going about really effectively informing people, learning stuff, and helping people out is really, really powerful. Now, I understand there was some poetry reading at this event as well. Let's take a look at some of that real quick, and Robert can tell us a little bit about the poets that were there.
Democracy, by definition, is governed by the people, for the people. When looked at closely, it resembles communism and socialism in many ways. The underlying principle of all these forms is that the people, all the people, get an equal share, whether that be in bread or dollars. Governments, all governments, especially democracies, are entrusted to provide for the well-being of all, not just the few.
That was actually Michael Lippman, who is going to be coming, Mark Lippman, excuse me, who's going to be coming on our show in the next couple of weeks. He was actually a person who read at the Social Justice Fair, but that footage was him during the opening ceremony at the Social Justice Center. This is all interwoven, and it's really powerful stuff. That's really all the time we have. Robert, can you give us a little smidget of any new stuff that's coming or anything that's going to help broaden what you've already exposed us to? Is there any other events or things you can think of that you can kind of give us a little whiff of?
I'm involved with another organization, which I've talked before about Students for Quality Education.
Right.
And right now we are launching a petition campaign to fight a $560 fee hike that's being imposed on students, despite and in defiance of the 4-year freeze on tuition for the CSU. So we're launching a petition campaign this week, and this is in response to the administration repeatedly denying hundreds of students' requests for a student referendum or student vote, and a number of concerns along the lines of, this fee hike, which is being called the student success fee, is being argued that this is going to improve student success when little to no evidence shows what type of effect it will have. And many people believe that it's actually going to hinder student success,
Right.
and push out low-income students. They're trying to remarket Cal State Dominguez Hills as the Cal State of the South Bay, particularly to attract students from the wealthier communities of Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, Palos Verdes, etc. And at the first forum, President Hagan said that we need to raise fees to be competitive with other CSUs because students are passing by our campus to go to Fullerton and go to Long Beach. And the students he's referring to are the ones in some of the wealthier communities. So in effect, whether it's purposeful or just indirectly pushing out low-income students in favor for higher-income students.
We got Robert D. here informing us of what's going on in the community in regards to these fee hikes. It's the university system, or is it also a part of the junior colleges as well that are up in? Who's it actually going to? What students will actually see these fee hikes? What campuses roughly can you think about? Like what schools will actually really see these hikes?
Every single one of them in the CSU. So it's a campus-based fee, but it's being implemented statewide, staggered. So this is in defiance of the 4-year freeze on tuition, so they're going to do it a few campuses at a time. So right now they're working on Dominguez Hills, San Diego, and Fullerton, and they were doing Sonoma, but Sonoma had a petition campaign and was able to defeat the fee.
So what do you say to people who say, well, Robert, come on, this is higher education. We got to pay the money. We got to, do the time to do the crime, I guess, metaphorically, with these administrators coming up with all these reasons rather, for pushing these high. What are they actually supposed to be doing with the money when they get it? Are they supposed to be like building these unnecessary buildings like over at El Camino? I mean, what are they going to be doing with this money if it does go through?
Essentially, they're arguing that we need more student services. We need to hire more faculty advisors because there's not, and they're blaming that for low graduation rates. But it's not difficult to find and get an appointment for an advisor. I've personally been able to walk in at any time of the semester and not even have to make an appointment.
Right.
When can I make an appointment? Oh, I can take you right now. Oh, okay. But they want more funds for more advisors. And based on what's happened at other campuses, we believe, and internal communications between student government, that these funds are going to be used for beautification projects at the campus.
What website can we're running out of time here. Where can I go to get more information about what you're talking about? What website, or link it to this video? I know a lot of times we tell you we're going to do that, and sometimes during the editing process we miss it, but we catch it when we review it on YouTube. What website can I go to? Can I go to your Facebook too?
Yeah, you can go to my Facebook. You can also check out the CSUDH, Students for Quality Education, on Facebook, and we also have a petition online, which is open not just for students to sign, but also community members.
Ladies and gentlemen, the infamous over at El Camino, Robert D. Thank you for being here with me once again, my good friend.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. That's all the time we have now for Talking Shit. Bye.
Thanks.